I didn't have it on. I know amongst my thinking page and friends where we, ponder things that are unpleasant and not the best for society, people have been asking and really tossing over the question. One that I've been seeing coming for a while. The reason why I stopped when all this Real Housewives, this, that, and the other came out years ago. I stopped watching it when they first came out because I was like, hold up. And even because it might have been entertaining, or it's like, if I'm gonna do Ratchet, I'm gonna do it on TV. I was like, but if we keep watching it, they're going to produce more of it, and then eventually people are going to think that that's how they're supposed to operate for attention, and that's exactly what's going on. So now you have people glorifying crime, stealing, scamming. I saw a very good young lady did a piece on, oh, what's all this glass in the street? A very good piece on, is it Young Miami with the scamming song, and it's talking about why, y'all glorify scamming and fraud, but yet mad when people out here scamming, or you don't want to be a victim of scamming. Stop glorifying it. The songs, the music, the things that you allow the children to listen to, that's why they're turning out to be criminals, killers, and miscreants, misfits. And a lot of adults are the same way, because you have bought into the fact that you're being told that you too stupid or incapable of self-containment or controlling yourself or anything else, so you have to be allowed to do these things. That's a daggone lie from the pit of hell. It was never this way before, and that's why I know that it's not how it's supposed to be. But people, I'm trying to understand, because there's so many so-called, over saintly people and over intelligent people. Have you all asked yourselves why they are actually elevating and pushing for sassy, effeminate males, all while you out here whining and crying? For the most part, you hear a lot of people, wait a minute. You have, as I've told you before, women are the problem with clapping for, I said, stop standing with and supporting these individuals that are stepping into female roles and they're not females. It's insane. But then you want to bash real men. You can't have it both ways, and you can't keep being around people if you don't like what you're seeing. I don't like a lot of what I'm seeing, so it's like I don't really want to be in too much association for too long with individuals that's actually patty caking and coddling and enabling this type of foolishness, because it's really demonic at the end of the day. No order, chaos, manipulating identity, it's all against God. But why would people make a political agenda and platform? Why is sexuality legislated? That's not a right. You have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You have a right to do what you want to do, because God gives us all free will. But I don't have a right to have to go along with it or sanction it when it goes against what I believe, and the fact that I believe in God, and I don't believe in no God in my imagination. I'm not a reimagining person that's going to reimagine God. I'm not a feminine that's going to go out here and say God is a female when she's not. So why is it that these loud voices in Hollywood, they've always been nasty, freaked out people that take everything to the next level because they done did too much, so then they need something else to do. So now they done had enough of each other. They want to actively meddle with the children. Why would a group of individuals attempt to make pedophiles something that sounds glorified. Minor attracted persons. So that means the person is attracted to minors. So if you're a person that's attracted to minors, instead of addressing it for what it is inappropriate, they want to make it, they done already made it appropriate in a lot of people's minds, including the church. That's why I pay absolutely a lot of you no mind at all, because you're not biblically sound. Yes, you can let people go on about their business, do what they are going to do, because that's what we all going to do. But to actually stand and justify and go against God, you're not going to listen to or to get counsel from, because you don't even stand for what's right or what's wrong. We're definitely increasingly, and I think it's overrun now, because it was coming before, but now it's just ridiculous. You advocate crime and criminality, but yet when you see crime near you or around your house, or somebody steals your packages off your porch, you're upset. You can't excuse crime and think that crime is not going to come near you or become an issue. You can't be soft on crime. You can't not discipline your children. You can't stand with and support people and be excited about seeing individuals posing with children, or especially children that are trans. Those are not heroes. Those are not people of moral character, and they're not people of God. So for people that always hollering about the scriptures, and you know exactly who you are, and you applaud and think that these people are so, something that you should support, but they go against the God that you say that you serve. So therefore, I'm asking you, what God are you actually serving? What God are you recreating in your mind? Because it's not the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible set the parameters and the boundaries. He told us what right and wrong is. But increasingly, more and more every day, I see people guided by what the world says and does over what God says and does. And yes, do we fall short? Yeah, but you're actively pursuing it. You're not pursuing correcting yourself or working on not going with the crowd. You're actually actively pursuing it for whatever case and purpose. I don't know if it's because you feel some allegiance to some alignment or affiliation or, some skin tone. But at the end of the day, your allegiance and alliance needs to be with God and the people that are of His kingdom, who are actively pursuing God, not pursuing the destruction of His design and His children, and especially the children. You're not supposed to be in line and on mission to seek to kill, steal, and destroy, but that's very much of what you're doing, and that's the underlying and the environment and the very thing that you're nurturing within the so-called culture. But before you do, ask yourself why is it that this agenda has picked up since, was it 2008? Why has it picked up? Why has it gone into such a frenzy? Why is it everything? Why is it everything? Why is sexuality and how people sex a thing? Why is it even being taught to your children? Why are they teaching it to children? What is a family-friendly drag? That's like taking kids to a strip club. But most of y'all now, I guess y'all would take your kids or grandkids to strip clubs. I wouldn't see anything wrong with it. You need to be very careful about what you are actually saying and doing, because when you applaud and clap for the parading of men. But yet a lot of you all I see posts and comments, why they trying to make our boys our men? They're doing this to all men. They've been after your boys, but you help them. You are with them. Now you have networks out here. They have gone from bad girls or baddies to bad boys, where they have sassy or outright gay young men fighting, fussing, being sexually explicit with one another on TV. And you know who owns these networks? They definitely, so when you keep hollering representation, so again, do these sassy individuals or those that promote the sass, because they're doing it because it's a market for it. You all are creating the market. So if you're creating the market, they don't have no morals or thing to say, oh well, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to see you don't want to see black folks sent away when they do wrong. So if you don't want to see that, why do you want to see black folks sassy, especially men? I don't even care if you're a straight man, but I kind of question that, because why would you want to promote that just because you can get some money or get people to watch it for whatever intents and purposes? When do you start thinking and stop just watching and listening and just going along? If you don't want to see more of what's going on, you're going to stop it. Even if you might not get to stop all of it, you can stop it where you are. It's not even, that's what I told the schizophrenia. I said it's a high level of schizophrenia, honestly, operating, and a demonic spirit of delusion. Period. Everything that should not be applauded or taught or allowed or excused is being excused now. And then you want to justify it with some stupid, oh man, that's just how it is. No, that's how you have allowed it to be. And then you go along and co-sign it. And can't nobody say nothing to you or correct you or be you some kind of this, that, and the other or whatever. Life is about a progression from what you were to what you should be and be better of. That's what the Bible is. That's how I know a lot of people are not living in the Bible or even pursuing the Bible. As you know better, you do better. But you're not doing that. But yet and still, you think it's some type of moral character to stand with individuals who are pushing for children to be what they're not. I will never have any respect for that, agree with it, or excuse it. Because the children should be allowed to be children and they should not be sexualized. The only reason why people want to sexualize children is to use children for sexual purposes. And the very people that you think and applaud and stand with are the very people doing it. Because if they weren't, where the heck did minor attracted persons come from? Where did chest feeding and cysts and all that other stuff come from? These are the biggest reimaginers of everything demonic. So when they did the right thing by removing God from their platform years ago. But ask yourself, honestly, people, why would you do that? Why? It's not about inclusion. It's people already doing it. You want me, but the inclusion is I have to accept it. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't disrespect anybody. That's what you want to do, but I will disrespect you when it comes to these children. Because the children shouldn't have nothing to do with nothing that adults want going on. But when you're a minor attracted person, of course you want little kids to be trans. Of course you'll make your state a trans sanctuary. Of course you'll put tampons or advocate for tampons in boys' bathrooms or male bathrooms. You'll do that if you're a minor attracted person or if you are a pervert. You will do that, and you will make laws to do that. And then you will sit and allow it, so you might be a minor attracted person yourself. I mean, after all, if you don't see no problem with children being made into trans, then you got to be a minor attracted person and already in reprobate mind. When they tell you what they're going to do as far as the children, when they tell you that they don't mind 14-year-old children, including their sons, to be trans if that's what they want to be, a minor. This is a minor. The 14-year-old's a minor. But that's why they're trying to blur the lines of age and all this other stuff. But age is only used when it comes to getting away with crime. As you mature and as you grow, you're supposed to think higher. Come up higher, people. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because if you think a little bit higher, maybe we can save some of these children.